car just arrived off the tow truck. Let's get this beast off the trailer. Check it out. See the condition of it. Turning over. Wow, that is bad. So yes, we finally have the engine coming out. It's attached to the crane. Have a look at this crazy damage. This is how it's supposed to look like, and that's the state of it. Here we go. That's a cheat code. How to start a car. Come on, start. What's going on, guys? This is Nams. Welcome back to another YouTube video. I know I haven't been around for a few weeks. As you can tell from my videos, I've been out and about a little. But of course, as usual, we're always working in the background. So about a few weeks ago, I purchased myself the cheapest Range Rover Vogue autobiography. How is it the cheapest, you may ask? Well, the market value currently is 32k, and I managed to pick it up for 21k. You're probably thinking, how's that even possible? So I bought this car as a non-starter, and on the description it says the engine is knocking. So where the engine starts and runs and knocks, it's definitely not a non-starter. So from experience, a knocking engine usually indicates oil starvation or oil pump failure, especially on these type of vehicles. So for me, basically looking at an engine rebuild from the looks of it. Worst case scenario, if everything's blown apart inside internally and it can't be rebuilt, then I'm looking around 5-6 grand for a replacement engine. Anyway, I decided to take the risk, bigger reward. So why not? I'm not sure if you guys remember the Audi RS6 that I bought about 7 months ago, which absolutely blew up. I think got about almost 500,000 views, just under that. And that was absolute joke because they said engine problems, and I bought that and I realized it's just fuel pumps that require changing. It was making the engine stall, and I will put a link for that video in the description below so you guys can check that one out as well. Anyway, moving on to this car. A few weeks ago I bought this car in. I'd rather not tell you what's happened to the engine. I'd rather just show you in the video. So I'll be putting all the videos together now, and it's currently 4 p.m. Friday, and we're really hoping to get this car done by the end of today because we're closed for the weekend, and actually it's Christmas Eve, and we're not back here till Wednesday, and I look to post my videos on Monday. So I'm really hoping that we can get this car started today. So anyway, long story short, the car's on the ramp right now. Engine is back in, everything's been assembled, ancillaries are on, the gearbox has been mated to the engine. The only thing left to do now is connect all the fuel lines and the wiring loom, and then yeah, we should be good to start. 2-3 hours, I guess. Let's see if I can finish this video today. I'll keep you guys updated. Enjoy the videos. The car just arrived off the tow truck. Let's see what this car say. Let's get this beast off the trailer. Check it out. See the condition of it. Pretty good, to be honest. Very nice spec. Autobiography with the SV kit. So here is the latest project. I've just bought myself this British tank, Range Rover Vogue autobiography with the SV kit. Looking very, very nice. Black pack. So obviously got the black wheels, black body, red calipers. As a bonus, I've got the facelift taillights as well, and of course, not to mention the number plate that says King. Very nice. And with the SV kit, you obviously get the exhaust as well, the black exhaust tips. Let's have a look in the inside, and then I'll show you the condition of the car so far. That's missing. This is the best part, I guess. Interior. Red interior with black wood piano trims. Very nice spec. It's got the pan roof. Being autobiography, comes as standard. Sliding pan roof, that is. Black roof as well. Perfect spec this is. The condition's not the best. You can see it's got a few curb marks on the wheels. The brakes look a bit rusty, but it's probably because it's been parked up for so long. Let's have a look at the front. Got some curb marks there. Again, I can rectify that very easily with the Brembo calipers. Again, standard on the autobiography model. Bodywork wise, I might have to just get this sorted out. Not too bad. Seems like a winner at the moment, other than the wheels and a bit of bodywork. But again, as you know, I bought this vehicle as a non-runner. So what that means is it ain't gonna start. So what I'm going to do next is bring the car into the workshop. Obviously, we only got time because we've got so many cars lined up at the moment. Bring it in and see what we can find on this car. Could be a seized engine, but whichever way it is, it's a project and I'm looking very forward to getting started on this one. So we're going to give the car a start now, just to see how it turns over. I've got the booster stuck onto the battery. Go on, go for it. Turning over. Wow, that is bad. Switch off, switch off. So as you can see, the car does start, but it's knocking very badly. We're gonna have to check what's wrong with this car. I suspect the crankshaft is snapped in half. Knowing these engines, the Land Rover TD V6, they're notorious for these kind of things. So yeah, man, I'm gonna get this car in when I get some time and inspect it properly, get the engine out, have a look at it internally and see what we can find. So I have finally put the Range Rover into the workshop. We're gonna get started on it. As you know, the engine is knocking pretty badly, so there's nothing more to check on this engine. The next step is literally pull the engine out and strip it down and inspect for damages, see what it is. No doubt there's heavy damage in the crankshaft, so we'll definitely need either a new crankshaft or service the current crankshaft. So yeah, let's get this engine out and let's get started. Stay tuned. Loving the spec on this though, looking so good. The SV kit and red interior, and of course the plate king, one of the best parts of this car. That's the way I like to buy cars, fully loaded, all the specs, got the pan roof as well. Yeah, pretty excited to see what kind of damage this engine's got as well. So I think hopefully by end of tomorrow, I guess, the engine will be out and then we start stripping it down and inspect for further damages. I'll keep you guys updated. See you tomorrow. So we now have the Range Rover up in the air. The first step is splitting the gearbox from the engine in order to basically take the engine out the top. We've got to split the gearbox apart, so it's just working on releasing all the bolts, and then we will let the gearbox sit on the subframe and pull the engine out from the top. So we've got the crane pointed to the engine, about to come out. So yes, we finally have the engine coming out. It's attached to the crane. Let's get this engine out, let's get the sump off, and let's inspect for damages. Let's see what we got here with 3-litre TD V6 engine. I didn't want to film like stripping the gearbox down and stripping all the ancillaries. You lot have seen enough of that. Let's just get the engine out and show you the damage of this engine and take it from there. Here we have it, engine's out. So the first step here is taking the sump off underneath, and then we'll be able to have a look at the crankshaft and the bearings, see what kind of condition they're in, and then obviously understand what we need to do next. I reckon on an engine like this, more than likely we will have to remove the cylinder heads and see what damages from the camshaft and the lobes and stuff. So we have just removed the sump. Have a look at this crazy damage. This is how it's supposed to look like, and that's the state of it. Look at that, all these bits and pieces. Now, for the block, if you look in there, we've got a huge hole in there. Massive hole in there. I haven't even taken the crankshaft out yet. So once I take that out, then you will see if there is any damage on the crankshaft. Again, the bearings as well, we're going to see how much damage there is in there. Now, if you come to the other side of the block, I've noticed there's even another hole on this side. If you look through there, can't really see on the camera, but yeah, there you go. Massive hole in the other side. So this block is no go. We're gonna have to replace the block. So what we're gonna do now is basically continue with stripping the engine down, check the crankshaft out, and then the cylinder heads, remove the cylinder heads on both sides, inspect them for damages, and take it from there really. And then I'll update you guys on what I need to get this engine up and running again. Let's do this. So as you can see, most ancillaries have been taken off already. There's the camshafts. The oil looks like it's not been changed in a long while. It's very black. Anyway, we're almost there. The heads will be taken off next. And after that, I'll tell you what we need to do to get this car Well, not to get this car, but to get this engine back on the road. You know, I just spotted something right now. That's a Peugeot sign there, you know?
Yeah.
So this is a Peugeot engine, or it's got Peugeot parts in it. Land Rover slacking. Putting Peugeot parts on, that's why this car's breaking down so quick. In case you're new to all this engine stuff, this here is the block. Block is where basically the crankshaft sits. This is a crankshaft. It goes through, and where the conrods are and the pistons are. And then you got the cylinder heads. Because it's a V6, yeah? Notice it's got a V on it. So you got 3 pistons going that way and 3 pistons going that way. And these are both cylinder heads. And that's the block. So in a V6 or a V8 or a V10, you have 2 heads basically, and you got the block here. So yeah, we're just now removing the cylinder heads of both cars, and then you'll see the cylinders on each side and the condition of it as well. What's going on, guys? We are back after 2 weeks. It's taken a long while to get hold of the block and the crankshaft, so I'll just show you back where it was. So here's a block. If you remember correctly, it's got 2 big holes in it, and obviously the crankshaft is way out. Let me just turn the flash on. Yep. Now if you look closely, yeah, besides the hole in the block that you can now see quite clearly, because we basically stripped the whole thing down to bare. If you look at the crankshaft, that is badly damaged on the journals, and then obviously on the sides where the weights are, especially this one. So we've had to scrap this whole block and the crankshaft. And there's the other hole there. And yeah, let me show you the new engine. This is the V8 block for another engine we're rebuilding on a TD V8. Well, that's this one here, fully stripped the hell out. Even worse, as you can see, the bumper had to come off for this one, as this is the older shape. I think it's the L302 model we call it. And you can't just pull the engine at the front because not enough space, so we have to remove the whole bumper and just pull it out the easy way. Here's my V6 block, built back up. So if you remember correctly, the old sump was broken as well. So here we have the full block assembled. Both heads here have been cleaned up and put back together, and it's all ready to go back into the vehicle, and we will look to start it. We've had the most obvious things done with it. Crankshaft was machined, new bearings, brand new oil pump. Yeah, this engine is fully assembled and ready to go back in. Once it goes back in, let's see how this car goes. As you can see from the block I just showed you, there's like so many ancillaries all over, injectors and covers and oil cooler. So all of that's been done. We've got new seals, new gaskets, all of that. Still using the same turbos, because I don't think there'll be an issue with that, as the engine was just knocking. So yeah, man, let's get this engine back into the car and see where we go from there. Pretty excited to get this car back up and running again. We got this car wrapped in protective material just to avoid scratches, because it's been parked up for about 3 weeks anyway. So you have a lot of people walking past, brushing past it. So yeah, we always do that. Same with the customer vehicles as well. Got to keep it protected. And yeah, the engine's gonna get dropped right in here. Once it does, I'll update the videos accordingly. This is the moment we've always been waiting for. About to start the car.
How much is it? This is 5.5 litre.
5.9 altogether. Everything's tied up. All the ancillaries on. Let's get in this big beast and let's try start it up. It's currently 7 p.m. Friday evening. Stayed a bit extra just to make sure, just to see if it starts. So here we go. Oops, that's not good. The battery looks like it's completely dead. Oh, come on. The battery is absolutely dead. That ain't good. That ain't good. I stayed in 2 hours extra just to see this car start, for it to be a completely flat battery. Come on, man, let's do this. It's gotta start. Moving on, we've hooked up this Genius charger. As you can see, it says 5 minutes. It's now on, what's that, 50%. So in about 2-3 minutes and we'll be able to start it. I've also hooked up my Jaguar with the jump leads on for that extra added bit of charge. This is another project I bought, by the way. and it was a non-runner. He had all these other engine issues, but I didn't film it. This is just for business, buy and sell, you know. It's fresh and green, so let's try again. All right, part 2. Let's try again. Yes, we are now cranking.
Ignition 2 times.
Okay.
Off, on.
Just feeding the fuel through now.
Off. On. Start.
That's a cheat code. How to start a car. Come on, come on, come on, start. Alright. At least we got the car cranking now, so that's good news. Now we just gotta start the car. It's definitely kicking. That's not this car, that's the other car. We're so close to starting this car. You see, when all the stuff has been stripped down, all the wires and everything's loose, it needs to get all the fuel through again, and it might even require bleeding as well, which the mechanics are going to do right now, as I can see what they're doing, because there's probably air stuck in the system, so we're going to keep trying. Again. Yes, we've done it. We have done it. The car has just started and it's not knocking anymore. What a result. All those hours put in and we're here. We've done it. The Range Rover has just started. You have all these lights on the dashboard and stuff. Nothing to worry about because we've got all the pipes and all the wires still hanging off. But I'll tell you why. We're not staying here for a minute longer. I'm going to call it a day. I'm coming back next week. I'm going home right now. So yeah, whatever pipes and wires are there, we're gonna catch up on the next video. As far as this one goes, this is the Range Rover Vogue started. So that's the end of today. I'm back home now. That's the result with the Range Rover. We actually managed to get it started today, met the deadline, and that's good news for us. So all we know is next week when we come back after the holidays, we're gonna go straight back onto the car and just start putting everything back together again, and then hopefully start to, you know, get the bodywork done, do the alloy refurbing and whatever else there is left on it, and prep the car for sale. I might even keep it for myself for a little bit, drive it around, you know. It's not a bad car for winter, 4x4. But anyway guys, I think I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to go home and get some well-deserved rest. It is Friday, like I said before. It's the weekend. The weekend's here. We've got a long holiday. Saturday, tomorrow's Christmas. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, bank holiday, and back to work on Wednesday. At least we know that when we come back, all we got to do is just put all the pipes and stuff back on, and that will obviously sort all the lights on the dashboard out. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave me a comment, and I'll see you guys on the next one.